from Oriental College of Technology, Bhopal. And today with us, we have our esteemed speaker, Mr. Shashank Shukla, and he will deliver a session on data warehousing and ETL concepts. So, sir, we welcome you from Oriental College of Technology, Bhopal, and we welcome all the participants who are participating now from Oriental College of Technology, Bhopal, and a very warm good afternoon to all. To all means our esteemed guest, Mr. Shashank Shukla, sir, and to all the participants. So, sir will carry the session forward. Handing over to you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you everyone for having me over here. Okay, so we'll start. Hi, I'm Shashank, and I'll be walking you over some data warehousing and ETL concepts with you guys. So basically, I'll first tell you what all things we'll be looking forward in this webinar. So we'll see what is data warehouse. We'll understand the data warehouse fundamentals. We'll see why data warehousing is needed, its architectures, data marts, data mining, OLAPs, OLTPs, ETLs, and once all these concepts are we have seen, I'll just give you an introduction of Informatica, what Informatica is. So before moving forward, I just want to tell you that although I've made this PPT so that it's very basic and it will be walking you over through all the basic concepts which you'll need to understand what data warehousing is. And after going through this PPT, at least you guys will be able to talk to someone regarding these data warehousing concepts or regarding business intelligence, regarding artificial intelligence, these kind of things. So whenever you guys will be interacting with someone who's talking about these things, once you get these fundamentals clear, at least whatever they are talking, you will be able to understand what they are trying to tell you guys. So moving forward, let's start. What is data? So all of us nowadays, we are living in a digital world. So what happens is it's very frequently we see that we have some ads coming up to us. So these ads are related to our data warehousing concepts as well. So in order to understand the data warehousing concepts, first we need to know what is data. So basically, data is a collection of facts. It's such as numbers, words, measurements, observations. Basically, raw or unprocessed data, we consider all those things as data. There's a difference between data and information. When this data is actually combined together such that it results into a meaningful message, it is known as information. Whenever we store the data in technical terms, we actually store raw data in our systems. These data later on combines with other data in order to give us some analysis or reports. I just want to say, actually, if you guys have any questions in between, you can just ask me at that time only. You can wait till the last slide also, but if you want, you can ask in between as well. Okay, so moving on, what is the importance of data? As I already told you, we are living in a digital world. Data is actually an asset. Right now, the biggest companies in the world are actually manufacturers or holders of data. We see that we have billionaires and multi-billionaire companies like Google and Facebook who actually dominate the world. Data is now the biggest asset which has now overtaken oil as well. Data is $1 billion industry. Almost $100 billion a year people make out of this, out of analyzing the data, out of managing the data, even by selling the data. Now, what is an importance of data? Once we have data available with us, we actually can make strategic decisions out of it. We have a system called Decision Support System, which is based out of data warehousing itself. So these kind of systems actually rely on data. And once we have data available with us, we can actually use those data to make better decisions for our company. It's told that around 1 billion gigabytes of data is created every day, right from your credit card swiping to your WhatsApp messaging, right from your location sharing to your Facebook stories or Instagram stories. All these things are actually recorded in real time and later on analyzed to achieve the best results out of it. There are many companies who use these kind of data for their sales perspective as well. It is told that it was this big data industry was $169 billion US industry in 2018. It is expected to grow to $275 billion by 2022. It is also believed that it will be a trillion million industry by 2025. So it's a very important industry, and we need to understand how things grow out of these collecting of data. So what's the issue? So basically, everyone has the data with them. They save the data with themselves. Even in educational institutes like yours, you collect the data of students, teachers, employees. You have various kinds of data. But still, these data, if not stored properly, actually does not yield a good result. So what's the basic problem with which normal entrepreneurs face is they have the data with themselves, but they don't know which is the latest data. Since they have many versions of data, they have the data, but they cannot read it. They need someone to read the data for them. They have data, but it is poorly documented. All these kinds of issues is there, and every industry faces it. It's a very normal issue. For all these things, data warehousing comes into the picture. Now, what is data warehousing? Data warehousing is actually a process of transforming a data into an information, such that using that information, the users can actually take some decisions. They can get some insights out of their business. So this entire process of transforming a data into information, into any information which is made available to the users, so that they can take some decisions out of it. This is data warehousing. Now, data warehousing actually ranges from the process of collecting the data till the data is actually being analyzed or reported by a higher authority of any business. So the entire process requires some technical things to be done. So basically, we extract the data, we clean it, we load it. So what happens is there is a difference between a database and a data warehouse. So database, I think everyone over here must be familiar with the database. So what database does is, database just stores the data in real time. Now this data, when being stored, is actually stored on the way the website or that particular application demanded. When the data warehouses are built, these data warehouses are built out of these databases itself, so that this data warehouse will be able to take information from multiple databases and will be able to produce some result out of those data. So for the purpose of decision making, for the purpose of analysis, for the purpose of reporting, data warehousing is done. Data warehouse. Now, basically, data warehouse is a single store which is complete in itself. It has data available in itself from various sources, which can be from a database, which can be from a file system, which can be from an Excel, even from documented docs as well. So these data, when captured in a single place for a single purpose of analyzing and reporting it, that place is a data warehouse. Now, there is a difference in database and a data warehouse. Now, database is actually a place where the data is managed such that the application is running perfectly over there. But when this data warehouse, or what data warehouse is done is, data warehouses are created in such a way that the data collected from those databases are actually stored in such a way that it can produce a result which is of useful for the business. So basically, a data warehouse actually actually has a generalized and consolidated multi-dimensional view of data in it. So basically, a data warehouse can have data which are related to a company's sales, marketing, customers. All these data, when saved in a data warehouse, is particularly used for analysis purposes only. So these data warehouses basically help the analyst to take some informed decisions for the organizations.
So sorry to interrupt you for a second. Can you please bring your mic closer to your mouth, sir?
Okay. Am I audible now?
Yeah, very clear, very fine, sir, very fine. Okay.
I'm sorry. Yeah, thank you for telling me.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay. So I guess we all have an idea of what data warehouse is now. Now, when data warehousing is actually done, this process, we have to keep few things in mind. This data warehouse, when created, should be subject-oriented. Now, when we say it's subject-oriented, that means the way the data is stored in any data warehouses, the data should be able to provide us information about some particular subject of the company, rather than holding all the information about the company. So, for example, a particular data warehouse, if created for sales, will have sales-related information along with my other information which are needed for sales. For example, the marketing perspectives, the customer perspectives. So these are basically the dimensions. Integrate. So data warehouse, when created, is integrated. So basically, we collect data from variety of sources and merge these data into a particular place, so that such that this particular store now contains all the information which a company has regarding that particular subject. The data warehousing is non-volatile. So basically, what is done is we actually keep on storing the data in the data warehouse. So whenever once enter the data in the data warehouse, we prefer not to delete those data. So basically, we keep on collecting the data. And since these data are coming from some database management system only, so these data are actual stable data, and the data integrity is maintained over there. Data warehousing is time variant. So as I said, we keep on saving the data in the data warehouse, and we prefer not to delete the data. Now what happens is, in a particular database, when a database is hosted for any application, they keep historical data, but they keep it only for a few months or few years. For example, in our banking systems, as we all use it very frequently, if we see, we have online passbooks. We are able to generate only passbooks for past 1 year. We won't be able to get passbooks for before that time. But that does not mean that data is not available with the banking system. They have it saved in the system, but it's not available for the users. And so that now this is done because databases, when worked with an application, they need to be very fast. So in order to make this transactions fast, the databases hold data for a particular period of time. However, data warehouses actually collect these data over a large period of time. Now basically, since we hold large period of time of data, we are actually able to analyze a particular dimension at various times. So we'll be able to understand that how customers were behaving previously in 2016 as compared to how customers are behaving now in 2020. So these kind of analysis are basically done in data warehouse. So whenever a data warehouse is created, we actually keep these 4 things in mind. It should be subject-oriented, it should be integrated, It should be non-volatile. It should be able to hold large amount of data, and it should be having time-variant data, basically for different period of time.
So there is one question from one participant named Abdul Jabbar. He is asking how secure data warehousing application.
So data warehousing applications are actually very secure. So what happens is, since data warehousing applications are actually used only by by companies' internal users, it is not being used by the clients or the end users. So what happens is this data is kept such that it's only being utilized by a few people only within an organization. And now later on, when we move forward, when I'll be showing you Informatica, I'll show you how these things are done. So basically, we actually create the multiple dimensions when we create data warehouses. So in those dimensions, we actually give access to the required persons only. So for example, if we have a data warehouse regarding sales data, so there might be some folders containing data of customers. There might be some folders containing containing finance perspective of the institution, containing marketing perspective. So when we create these data warehouses, we make sure that only the respective field personnel only are able to access those data which are necessary for them. Was I able to give you the answer?
Yeah, Mr. Abdul Jabbar, are you being satisfied?
So I mean, I just wanted to understand, is this what he was expecting, or he was asking something else?
No, sir, I'm satisfied with your answer.
Okay, thank you. So moving forward, now why do you need a data warehouse? So basically, once a data warehouse is created, it actually speeds up the response time. Okay, so let's consider an organization in which the CEO wants. Okay, yeah. Am I audible? Hello?
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir.
Yeah, you are audible.
Share your screen.
Yeah, audible, sir. Very clear.
Okay. So I was telling you why we need data warehouses. So basically,
but your screen, we are not able to see the screen.
My screen is not visible?
Yeah,
Very
audible,
much
sir.
audible, but screen has gone to one side of the focus.
Okay, just give me a sec.
Yeah, sir, can you share your
My screen is already shared, I think.
Share your PPT, sir. PPT is not.
So just enlarge your screen,
viewable.
sir.
Okay.
Yeah, now
Just
it is
let me know.
sir. Okay, fine.
Okay. Great. So I was talking about why data warehouses are actually needed. So basically, data warehouses are needed, as I already told you, for any business in order to increase their sales, in order to respond faster to their customers. The management, the business management actually needs some insights about it. So these data warehouses are actually improving the integration of a business. So basically, managing director of a company is able to see the overall picture of the business, since all the data is available to him at the one single place. It speeds up the response time. Since this now